Good morning, mathematicians. You will need your math packet today. We are starting on page 15, having some different colored writing tools and a pencil, and our learning target is to subtract by making those visual models. I will meet you on page 15 in just a moment. All right, so as we are approaching these problems, I want you to notice that the denominators are different, and I also want you to maybe highlight the operational sign. We are not adding anymore, we are subtracting. So as we go through all of these problems, I want you to pause the video and I would like you to just highlight that the denominators are different and then also highlight that subtraction symbol. Do this now, please. As we look at the first problem, these boxes were already drawn for you. Eventually, we are going to fade out the drawing of the boxes. So you can see that these denominators are different. So box number 1 was drawn and it was split into thirds. Now I'm going to shade 1 out of the 3 parts. And these do have different denominators, so I need to find a common denominator or partitions that are equal. Okay, so 1 out of 3 is shaded, and those are with vertical lines. Now I'm going to look at the horizontal lines. These are split into fourths, and I'm going to shade 1 out of 4 going this way. So when I am looking at making my answers, I need to take the thirds and split that into fourths. Right here. And then I need to take my fourths and split them into thirds. And then I'm going to just rename my fractions, my equivalent fractions over here. So out of all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I have 12 as my denominator, or my new partitions. Those are going to be equal sizes, so I should have 12 over here and I should have 12 over here. The number of shaded parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 12ths, and this here is going to be 3 12ths. Now if I look over here, I'm actually subtracting, so my partitions are still going to remain the same. I'm still going to have 12 parts over here, but if I have 4 parts and I take 3 of them away, how many am I going to have? I will have 1 12th left over, and then I'm going to illustrate my 1 12th right there. All right, let's do letter B, and then I'm going to have you begin working on some of these, and you can pause the video and work through. So let's go to letter B. We can see clearly that these are different denominators. They are not partitioned into equal sizes, so that means we need to do something. We need to rename those fractions. So for this, I draw 2 squares, and this first one is partitioned into 3 parts. I need to shade 2 out of the 3. So I'm going to shade 2 out of 3 partitions. So there's 1, and there's the second one. And then the second box, which is already drawn for me, is split into 2 pieces going horizontally, and I need to shade 1 out of the 2 pieces. And now that I have the original fractions drawn, I am now going to partition those to make equal size pieces so that I can subtract them. So if this one was split into thirds initially, now I need to split it into 2 parts over here. And then I'm going to count all of my smaller partitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is my denominator, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts that are shaded. I am subtracting. Now this fraction over here was split in half before. I need to split it into thirds going vertically. So thirds would be 2 little lines and coming straight down. 1, 2, 3 parts. And I should have 6 pieces as I did over here. And then my numerator is the number of shaded parts, 3. I am subtracting, so I have 4 parts, and I'm taking 3 of those parts away, so my answer should be 1 6th. And then I will shade my answer right here. your job, I'm going to have you work through problem C and problem D, and then we'll check those in just a moment. So go ahead and do C and then do problem D. As we look at problem C, this was split into 5/6, and then I split it and I highlighted 5 out of the 6. So 5/6, and this is 1 out of 4 that is highlighted. Then I'm taking this fraction right here and I am splitting it into fourths going this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. When I do that, I have 24 total partitions, these little tiny, there's 24 of them. And then if I count the shaded parts, there should be 20 of them. So 20 24ths. For this one here, it was split into fourths. Now I need to split it into sixths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm splitting it into sixths going this way. And then if I were to count each of these tiny little partitions, there would be 24 of them. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are shaded. When I subtract, the number of partitions is going to remain 24. If I take 20 and I get rid of 6 of them, I will have 14 out of the 24 left. So shading 14 is what you should have done. So this is 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. And it doesn't have to look exactly like this. Just count and make sure you have 14 small pieces. We'll check this next one in a moment as well. For this problem, I have this box drawn and it's partitioned into 3 parts, and I'm shading 2 out of the 3. For this one here, I'm partitioning and I have 1 out of 7 shaded. Now the one that was partitioned into thirds, I need to split into sevenths, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. And the one that was partitioned into sevenths, I split that into thirds. When you count all of these little partitions that are now the same size, you should have 21 of them. And then if I look at the shaded parts, what would my numerator be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of 21. And I'm subtracting 3 out of 21. So 14, take 3 away, is going to be 11 out of 21 left. And then you should have shaded 11 of these. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. As long as you have 11 of them shaded, you are good to go. Turn to the next page and we're going to be introducing some more of these. All right, as you look at this section right here, you are going to be completing problem E, and you are going to be, ignore the exit slip up here, you are going to be doing problem F. And then you'll be taking pictures of these for Seesaw. So today we worked really hard at using those same models to draw and find common denominators, but instead of adding, we are working on subtracting. Great job, boys and girls.